Check it out, Team Type 1 JDRF kit on Zwift. What's up everybody? Happy Wednesday evening to you all. I think it's Wednesday, yeah, Wednesday evening. Welcome to What's Up Vlog episode 25, and it is 25, I checked this time. It's Zwift KiSS TT race tonight, but with a difference. It's the World Diabetes TT race tonight, and I'm extremely proud to be representing Team Type 1 in their first official race, wearing the new Team Type 1 JDRF kit, which I don't know if you can see on my screen now, but you certainly will in a moment. Looks fantastic. We've got 36 riders in the pen at the moment, all in matching Team Type 1 jerseys. Remarkably similar to this one, but slightly cooler, I'd say. We're going off at a relatively easy pace, from what I gather. It is a race, but for the purposes of this being the inaugural Team Type 1 event, or one of three that's happened today, I think we're all going to stick to a nice slow pace at the beginning, just to group up. I'm not sure how that will pan out over the course of the event, but it'll be great to see 30, 40, however many riders we get, all riding in unison with the Team Type 1 jersey. So really looking forward to this one. Just looking at some of the names that we've got there. We've got obviously Ed Angeli. I think he's done all of the events today, so I'm not sure how his legs will be feeling. We have some proper Zwift royalty in there as well. As far as I'm aware, we're being live streamed on the Nathan Guerra's Vision TV channel by Jesper Anker, and I've noticed Lord Jesper Anker's name pop up in the list of riders on here as well. So I'm not sure if he's actually riding along or if he's just there to commentate. But it should be a really good event. I'm really looking forward to it. Had a tough race last night. Didn't manage to do the ODZ decaf race this morning because of work commitments, and obviously I'm sort of looking at my new schedule now anyway, although that's gone out the window straight away because I hadn't accounted for this ride. So you know, it's going to be a nice easy pace for me. Shouldn't cause too many problems, he says, hopefully. I've checked that the gears work. I've checked that the quick release skewer is tightened up. The bike is on the trainer. I've even calibrated the trainer, checked the tyre pressures. Surely, I don't even want to say it, but I've done my best to make sure nothing goes wrong now in this event. I've not had the best of luck in the last couple, although I'm not sure how much of it was down to luck. A lot of it was down to me being a little bit slapdash with my preparations. But anyway, that said, I'm going to spin the legs up. Got 6 minutes to go. I'm going to get a little bit of spin in the legs. Just done a 5k warm up anyway. Oh, and I managed to do we're on the Richmond, the World's course tonight, and I did the sprint in 988 out of 990 people that have done the sprint tonight. So that's obviously 2 places off some kind of record anyway. I don't imagine I'll be doing much quicker than that even during the ride, but I might have a little blast at some of the sprints depending on how my legs are feeling. So I'm going to shut up now, get my legs warmed up, come back to you for the start of the ride. Check you in a bit. Right, we've got 35 seconds to go. There I was thinking there'll be 30 or 40 JDRF shirts riding this. We've got 119 people in the starting pen at the moment. I'm not sure they're all... Oh, hang on. Forgot my contact lenses. Oh, no, I've got 20 seconds to go and I've got my glasses on. Oh, this is going to be a pain in the neck. I only just remembered a towel as well. My wonderful daughter just threw this towel at me. Anyway, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Very slowly, because I'm trying to group up with all the other Team Type 1 riders. So I think we're all going to sit at the back for a bit and let the rest of the pack go. I'm not sure how slow everybody is supposed to be going, but I can see Jesper Anker's just a little bit behind me. So I think he's sitting back to wait with the rest of the crew. I don't know if they've actually stopped. And I can see Ed Angeli's about 5-6 seconds up the road from me. And Mr. Fleming a little bit further than that. Right, okay, I'm going to need to get on it a bit. I've got Jane Coates just behind me, 2 seconds behind. Hi Jane, good to see you on here. I've got M. Collins and Jane Coates now just two seconds ahead of me. In fact, they're not behind me, they're just ahead of me. I need to try and get on Ed Angeli, who's 12 seconds up the road. I've got M. Deal from Team Type 1. He's just up there. Cheers T Lord for the ride on. T Lord from the ZZRC race team. And where's Mr. Angeli? Oh, he's still right. I'm going to need to put a bit of a kick in here, I think, just to get back up to our esteemed leader. You must feel incredibly proud seeing all this come together. It wasn't that long ago that just a couple of guys decided to have a crack at putting this team together, and it's grown in popularity hugely in a short space of time. And then to see your team on a course, all in matching jerseys, riding together, must feel really good. So you should be proud of yourselves, guys. You've done a brilliant job. Ed is 12 seconds up the road. I've got M. Deal 2 seconds ahead. M. Collins and Jane Coates. Is it Coates or is it Quartes? I keep thinking Quartes for some reason. But I'm going to call you Jane Coates, so apologies if that's wrong. Anyway, her and M. Deal are right on my wheel, along with M. Collins. So we're going to just pull up to Ed, who's now 7 seconds ahead. S. Fleming, 13 seconds ahead, and I think he's the front of the Team Type 1 group. So I think I'm holding everybody back now. So let's try and pull them in. Although we're all on the TT bike, so there's no drafting tonight at all. There we are. Pull back in with Mr. Fleming, Mr. Collins, and Mr. Angeli. Let's have a little look. Have a little look around. It's looking good. I've inadvertently taken the front of this group. I didn't mean to. That's not an ego thing. Start trying to fire out some ride-ons. So there we have Mr. Fleming right on my wheel. Right on, pal. There's Jane just behind. Right on. And we have M. Deal right next to Jane. Right on, Mr. Deal. Sorry, I don't know your first name. And come wait for this building to pass. And we have Mr. M. Collins. Right on, Mr. Collins. And indeed, right on, Mr. Angeli. Cheers, Rich Vickers, for the ride on. Good to see you. Are you riding? Are you in here? I didn't see your name in the start pen. Be about the first day you've not ridden, if you're not. Thank you, Mr. Collins, for the ride on. So I've just asked if anybody in Team Type 1 fancies having a crack at the sprint, and then we can regroup after. Oh, hey, I think that's Jane. Jane said she fancies it. I think it's just the one lap of the of this Richmond Worlds course, so it should be okay to do a pretty hard sprint, and then still have legs drop back in to do a reasonable finish to the lap. Well, that said, I've dropped right off the back now. Oh, Jane's already gone for it by the looks of things. Okay, so she's wound it up already, which was probably what I should have been doing. Okay, up at 6.8, 7. Hey, green jersey. Hey, 16.2. Yes, loving that. Oh, all right, now just coast till the others get back. That's my fastest by over 3 minutes apparently. Sorry, 3 seconds or 3 minutes. I am aware that it's not going to be high on the list of priorities for the guys that are taking this race seriously, but I'll take that. I'm well happy with that. There we go, we've got the group back together again. And the group gone flying past me. It's quite handy that they're not drafting off each other, because if you do drop off the back like I've just done, if you can put out higher watt per kilogram, you will pull them back in. Cheers Steve Brodman from the Friday Criterium team for the ride on. Thanks buddy. So back up with the team. And they're holding around a steady sort of two-ish. Fluctuates a little bit, but that's a decent pace. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever. I'd like to be able to keep an eye on what's going on with the others that are racing hard. I'd imagine there's some serious efforts being put out down there. Sorry, put down out there. I've got a serious effort just to keep my glasses on my head at the moment. So just to reiterate the significance of this ride, obviously with Team Type 1, all members are either directly or personally affected by Type 1 diabetes or have a family member affected by Type 1 diabetes. So some of these guys out here are riding under completely different circumstances to the rest of us, and it's a testament to the huge leaps that they've made in developing the medications that people with Type 1 diabetes these days, as long as they're responsible and manage it responsibly, it's a lot less restricting than obviously it was not so many years ago. And my son, who's 20 now, got it on New Year's Eve actually, when he was 2. We spent New Year's Eve in hospital with him, not really understanding anything about diabetes at the time, and obviously had to learn very quickly. And the different ages bring with it different complications and difficulties. Obviously, as much as a parent you want to wrap your children in cotton wool and protect them from anything that might harm them, you also have to loosen the grip a little bit, and that's very difficult when one of your loved ones has got a disease that you feel that you can probably control externally better than they can, when they have other interests and other distractions going on in their lives. So through the years, there have been different challenges that we've had to overcome, as everybody with this condition in their lives will recognise. You have to just play the hand you're dealt sometimes and make the most of it. And my son certainly does that. He's it's a cliche, but he's an incredible young man. He's had to deal with a lot through his early parts of his life, and I'm incredibly proud, as every parent is, I know. So I don't want to get too gushy, because everyone feels the same about their kids. But that makes this ride especially special. Especially special? Yeah, especially special for me, because if we can do something to raise awareness and anything that might help in finding a cure, particularly in juvenile diabetes, then every drop of sweat and pedal stroke will be absolutely worth it. Anyway, that's my rambling over for the time being.
So it looks like we've still got the whole team together, which is great, with myself, M Collins, M Dill, Jane Coates, S Fleming, E Angeli, all still nicely bunched up. We'll start to hit the climbs in a moment, which might make it a little bit harder to keep the consistency and the power, but it's pretty organised. That's good. That's a great sight, isn't it? All in a line. I'm loving that. Yeah, this should look cool. All coming around this hairpin. Yeah, looking good, boys and girls. So, Ed Angeli has just told everybody to smile in acknowledgement for the fact he knows I'm recording this. Thanks B Patroons for the ride on. Cheers buddy. Cheers John for the ride on. Always nice to see your name pop up. I've done my sprint for the day. I don't know if you saw it, but I didn't quite do the J Grenfell 10 seconds. I reckon I managed about 6 or 7. But I got a green jersey, so there we go. Thanks Julian for the ride on. I think M Deal and M Collins are giving a bit of a kick going up this this KOM. Go on boys. I don't know if they're racing each other or just having a bit of fun against the clock. So they put some power in up there. Thanks Arbissa for the ride on. Cheers buddy. So we're into the last couple of kilometres now. Unfortunately it's all uphill, the last couple of kilometres of Richmond. I think we're all going to try and group back together again. We split up over that climb a little bit. So looks like we're all back now. Hopefully we'll all cross the line right in a tight little bunch. I can try and get a snapshot of it. I'm not sure what the best camera would be. Look at that, right on cue. All pulled together within a second of each other. Excellent stuff. So let's call them off as they come through. Got Mr. Collins and Mr. Deal, Mr. Fleming, Mr. Angeli, Miss or Mrs. Coates, and then myself, Mr. Neil. Cheers Jesper for the ride on. Good to see you pal. Thanks very much for the streaming and the commentary you do. Keep it up, you do a brilliant job, especially on the Worlds. That must have been so difficult to keep on top of. You did really well. So we're all over the top of the final climb. We're on this this false flat now, which will take us to the line. I've got everybody grouped. With the exception of Mr. Collins, who's gone for a bit of a sprint, fair enough. Alright, let's try and get a decent view of this over the line. If that building will just get out of the way for me. There we go. Love it. Team Type 1 in full effect. And over the line we go. Great ride guys and girls, that was brilliant. Thank you to everybody involved, everybody Team Type 1. It's a real pleasure to do that. So let's just run through the team again. Give them a bit more airtime. We've got Mr. M. Deal rocking the Zwift TT bike and a rather fetching Team Type 1 jersey. We've got me doing exactly the same. Mr. Fleming cheating on a Cervelo. Looks even better in my opinion. And once again, looking very splendid in his Team Type 1 kit. Now Jane is a show off and has decided to put the orange lap winning jersey back on. To be fair, if I had the orange jersey I'd be wearing it too. Great work Jane, good ride. And who else have I got still around me from Type 1? I've done Mr. Deal I think, and he's stopped. So apologies, I think I've missed the others that were around me. Mr. Fleming, sitting right on my wheel. Good job, man. So I'm just going to round this ride off to 20k, and I'll jump in the shower. So I'll wrap this up now. Thank you again to everybody that took part, especially obviously the team I now consider my team, Team Type 1. Not my team as in I created it, but they are my team. Jesper Anker, Nathan Guerra for streaming on your channel. Brilliant stuff guys. And thanks to everyone for the ride-ons and for watching. And I will do my best to get this edited and uploaded as quickly as possible. So I will catch you all very soon. Ciao.